Sorry about that, we had some technical issues there. But, let's go ahead and start this fight here. Alright. There we go. We should be fine now. There we go. Alright, so as I was trying to explain earlier, this fight is designed around the move Fling. So the crocodile is holding a Salac berry, which it wants to fling to its partner, the Gothitelle. And the Gothitelle is holding a weakness policy, which will increase its damage output from the weakness policy being procced. So, but in this game, if the AI has the move Fling and it uses it, as long as it doesn't see a KO, it'll always consider, it'll always think that it hasn't flung its item yet, so it'll just keep using it and never attack. So we're gonna use that to our advantage here. We're gonna start off. We're gonna deal some damage and also use Fake Out to prevent Gothitelle from attacking this turn. So you see, there's the weakness policy proc. And then Crocodile flings the Salac berry, which increases its speed, but thankfully, my Dragapult still outspeeds Gothitelle after +1 speed. So we are free to go ahead and go for the KO on it. And then, as I do that, my Kangaskhan is holding a Shed Shell, so I'm going to swap to Omastar as I KO the Gothitelle here. And the Crocodile should just go for Fling again, since it doesn't see a KO. So Shadow Ball takes out Gothitelle. And then Crocodile should just fling into the empty space. Perfect. Alright, so this should always bring in Flapple. Alright, and Flapple here sees a fast KO on Omastar with the move Grab Apple. So it's always going to attack Omastar. And again, Crocodile is just going to fling. So I'm going to swap my Dragapult into my Starmie. And then I'm going to use Protect on the incoming Grab Apple here. Squishy safe fling, but it fails because it doesn't have an item anymore. And then we protect the Grab Apple. And then now again, Flapple has to use Grab Apple, but my Starmie can now outspeed and one-shot it with Ice Beam. And I'm gonna swap in my Omastar for my Barraskewda. So Ice Beam takes out the Flapple, and again, Crocodile's just gonna use Fling. And then lastly is a Venomoth. And for the Venomoth here, we are going to use a combination of Psychic plus a flip turn to take this out, allowing me also to swap my Barraskewda. And I'm gonna flip turn into my Sneasler. Alright, so Psychic takes out Venomoth. And then again, Crocodile's just gonna fling. And then from here, we can just set ourselves up to take down the right side here. So I'm gonna swap. Let's see. I think I want to use Barraskewda. Yeah, Barraskewda. So we're gonna bring Barraskewda back in. And then I will take out Crocodile with a close combat here. So Crocodile goes down. We can now just 2v1 the rest of the right side here. So we got Mian Shao. This thing you want to be careful. You do want to one-shot it because it is also holding a Salac Berry. So my Sneasler though with a black belt also one-shots it with close combat, so we can just go for that. Lastly is a Delphox, which is holding a Focus Sash, but both Barraskewda and Sneasler are outspeed, so we can just double up and take it out with 2 attacks here. Alright, there we go. Gym battle number 3 down. Alright, so let's go head back here. And heal up and take a look at the next fight here. So the next fight here is a bit more tricky. So let's take a look here. Fight. This is the one where the mouse stick has a prison. So I already took a little bit of a look at this, but yeah, we basically want to take down the Conch Elder side first before dealing with the Meow Stick. So I think my idea here was I could lead with I can remove that. I can one-shot the Conch Elder with Bruxish. And I can show a fast kill with Blaziken, holding a Iron Ball, to prevent the Conkeldurr from going for Mach Punch. This will bait Psychic plus an attack. Let's see. I need to use a Reshiram real quick. Hold up. Take a look here. So we can start turn 1, KO Conkeldurr, and I can use Detect with Blaziken on the Psychic. This would bait in a Gyarados. It might be better to swap Blaziken on the first turn to someone, because Bounce and Waterfall are not a good combination of moves to try to bait something in with. The issue is I could switch in on Protect Mons, but the Meowstic is the tricky one here. could also potentially bait a Thunderbolt from someone. Who was I gonna do that with, though? Hey, I could use Cloister. Cloister shows a KO with Thunderbolt instead. I could go to Omastar on a Thunderbolt. Let's see. I'll always live, and Thunderbolt minimum does 77.7. So that would always bait a KO from the Gyarados, which means I could protect and swap to let's see, go to Electrode. And I can KO with Thunderbolt because Meowstic would see a fast KO on Omastar with either Psychic or Thunderbolt. So then I could go to I can go to Togedemaru. Let's see. Let me follow the order of events here. So we got turn 1 protects. Oh no, turn 1 outspeed, one shot the Conkeldurr Bruxish as I bait a fast KO with Iron Ball with both Hammer Arm and Thunder. Swap to Omastar, holding a Cherry Berry in case of paralysis. This will bait Gyarados. Protect, swap Bruxish to Electrode. KO Gyarados with Thunderbolt as I swap Omastar to Togi. Let's see, or should I try swap into someone else? What should I do from there? I think eventually I'd want to get my Sneasler in. To take down the other side. But if so after KOing Gyarados and swapping Omastar to Togi, Rapidash comes in, seeing a fast KO on Togi with high horsepower. Meowstic would see a slow KO. If I use Spiky Shield, Prison is only +9, so Meowstic could go for the slow KO on Sneasler, which would not be good. Is there someone else I could potentially swap to here instead of Togi? At this point, I'm not too sure what to do exactly, because Meowstic would see a KO. I mean, unless I go Dragapult. Because I could... So KO Gyarados. And bring in... see. Oh, actually, on the turn, well, actually, no, well, turn 1, Cloister Bruxish, KO Conkeldurr, swap Cloister to Omastar. Turn 2, Protect with Omastar, swap Bruxish to Electrode. Turn 3, KO Gyarados with Thunderbolt. So if I KO Gyarados with Thunderbolt and swap to Togi, Meowstic wouldn't see a KO on either side that turn. So I could force it to go for Imprison. The problem is that Rapidash is always going to be going for high horsepower that turn. Because I could Volt Switch the Rapidash to break the Sash. If I fake out Rapidash that turn, Meowstic would always go for Imprison. But then on that turn, it could attack randomly. Man, I don't have enough team slots. If I went Hydreigon, I could take either a Psychic or a Thunderbolt. And I'd be baiting a fast K with always Play Rough. But then Meowstic would go for random move on either side, which isn't good. I could Spiky Shield to break Rapidash's Focus Sash, and then I could Volt Switch the Meowstic. But then who would I Volt Switch to? need to bait a fast KO after that turn. So I could go... What I could do... Oh, I think I have something here. So I could swap to Togi. Baiting fast KO high horsepower from Rapid Dash. And Meowstic would have to go for Imprison that turn because it doesn't see a KO. I can Volt Switch the Rapid Dash to break its Sash, and then I can Hard Switch Togi for Cloyster, because Cloyster can take a high horsepower very well. And then that would again bait a KO from the Meowstic. So then Meowstic would always attack Cloyster and never Sneasler. I can KO Sneasler. I can KO Rapid Dash with Sneasler and then swap swap Cloyster to Electrode. And then from that position, I should be able to sweep the rest of the rest of the team. Yeah, I think this works. Yeah, because Electro can live even a crit Psychic. Let me see. With Sneasler, if I'm holding a Black Belt, close combat does 65.9 plus 36. So I could always KO the Milotic. The question is, so Correctly won't fake out Sneasler unless it sees a KO with it. And even then, I don't think it will. But that should be fine. So I think this could work. I think we have a working line here. Yeah, so to recap, we want... Let's see, we want Cloister in the second slot. Holding Iron Ball. Let's bait fast KOs. We KO Conkelder with Life Orb boosted Psychic Fangs. We bait always a Thunderbolt. We go Omastar on the T-Bolt to bait a KO from Gyarados. We protect, swap Bruxish to Electrode. KO Gyarados with Magnet boosted Thunderbolt. As I swap Omastar to Togedemaru on either Psychic or Thunderbolt. Baiting in Rapidash High Horsepower. Meowstic has to use Imprison that turn because it doesn't see a KO. So I Volt Switch, Rapidash to break the Sash, and Hard Swap Togi for Cloister on the High Horsepower. And I Volt Switch into Sneasler. This baits a fast KO from the Meowstic with either Psychic or... Actually, oh yeah, either Psychic or Thunderbolt. We KO Rapidash with Poison Jab as we swap Cloister for Meowstic. Let's see, and then from there, who would get baited in first? Because then we can double down the Meowstic with both my guys here. Let's see, who would be in which slot? I believe Sneasler would be in the first slot. So it would always be... It should always be Milotic first. Which if that's the case, that's fine, because then I could double up with Energy Ball plus Close Combat. And then Bregly comes in, and then I can just KO and swap Electrode for Togi on the Fake Out. Alright, so I think this should work. Let's go ahead and set this up here. So we need... Bruxish. We need Cloister. Let's see. There he is. Cloister. We need Electrode. Togi. And then Sneasler. And then we need Life Orb, but Cherry Berry for Omastar. Let's see, I need to level up Electrode once, I believe. So that Magnet on Gyarados always KOs. Actually, I need to level up twice. Interesting. Yes. So let me do that. And then we need magnets. We need Life Orb. For Bruxish. We need Iron Ball on Oyster. And I don't need item for Togi. Alright, so this should be good. See, how much XP does Togi have? He might level up mid-fight, but I think that should be fine. Because I would always still bait high horsepower from Rapidash, regardless. And then how much XP does Omastar have? Oh, he's gonna level up mid-fight. Let's see. So, Min Thunderbolt is 178. So 229 minus 178. That leaves me at 51 HP. So I'm at 51. If I level up, I'll just be at 52 HP. Which still always shows a KO from Gyarados. Okay, so level up should be totally fine then. Alright. Let's go into... I think this will be my last fight for today, at least for now. And then after this, it should only be 2 more double battles left for the gym. Life Orb, Iron Ball, Cherry Berry, Magnet, no item, Black Belt. Yeah, this fight is pretty technical. Let me just look over the line one last time. KO, switch. Bait. Protect, switch. KO, switch. Volt switch. Hard switch. KO, switch, and then go from there. This should be good. I don't think I'm missing anything. Yeah, hopefully this all works. And we want breakfast slot 1, cloister slot 2. I think we're good. So next fight will be over here. Alright, so let me go ahead and save. Triple check. Life Orb, Iron Ball, Cherry Berry, Magnet. No item. And Black Belt. Alright, this should be good. And it should be riskless, hopefully. Let's go ahead and take these guys. Take these two on here. Alright, Psychic Hannah and Batgirl Sylvia. Alright, so this is the 4th double battle for Tantaliz's Gym. And the gimmick for this fight is that the Meowstick here has the move Imprison, which if it uses, it disables you from using any other move that it has. And the other moves that it has are Fake Out, Psychic, and Thunderbolt. And the other side has mons that are designed around basically like mons that you would want to use those moves for. So the goal here is to try to work around that. As long as the Meowstick sees a KO, fast KO it'll always prioritize over setting Imprison, so we're going to use that to our advantage here. Right now, the Meowstick and the Conkeldurr both see a fast KO on my Cloister because I gave it an Iron Ball. Meowstick's going to always go for Thunderbolts, and Conkeldurr is always going to go for Hammer Arm. So what I'm going to do, turn 1, is I'm going to use Psychic Fangs boosted with a Life Orb to one-shot the Conkeldurr. And I'm going to swap my Cloister into Omastar on the guaranteed Thunderbolt here, which I'll always live because of Shell Armor, and it'll bring me down very low. So we should see Thunderbolt also because it can't go for Fake Out because it also sees a fast KO this turn. So hopefully we see that happen here. so there's Thunderbolt. This will bring us very low. Perfect. And then Psychic Fangs takes out Conkeldurr. Alright, nice crit. Alright, so Conkeldurr goes down. And this should always bring in Gyarados next. We level up, which is perfectly fine. Alright, so Gyarados comes in. And Almost Stars, I also gave it a Cherry Berry in case of Thunderbolt paralysis. But right now, again, Meowstic sees a fast KO on Almost Star with Psychic or Thunderbolt, so it can't use Imprison. And Gyarados also sees a fast KO on it as well. So this allows me to swap my brushes for free. And I can bring in my Electrode. And I'm going to use Protect on the 2 incoming attacks, which Almost Star should be receiving. So we should see 2 attacks from both sides. Perfect. Alright, so now with Electrode in, I can go ahead and take it out with a Thunderbolt, boosted with a Magnet. And Meowstic is going to attack Almost Star with either Thunderbolt or Psychic. So I'm just going to bring in something that can take both attacks, which in this case will be my Togedemaru. Thunderbolt would be the more ideal move here, but it really doesn't matter which one it goes for. So Gyarados goes down. And there's Psychic. Still perfectly fine. And then this just leaves a Rapidash left on the left side. So now, in this position, Meowstic no longer sees a KO on either of my Mons. And it sees that Toki has Fake Out and my Electrode has Thunderbolt. So it means it has to use Imprison this turn, since I have the moves that it has. So Meowstic won't attack. It'll always go for Imprison. And the Rapidash always sees a fast KO on my Togedemaru with high horsepower. And the Rapidash is also holding a Focus Sash too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Volt Switch on the Rapidash to break its Focus Sash. And I'm going to swap Togi into my Cloyster on the incoming high horsepower, which it'll take pretty well. Volt Switch. This will break the Sash. Oh, nice crit. And we will bring in Sneasler. And again, Meowstic should go for Imprison this turn. So, high horsepower. Take it pretty well. And there's the Imprison. Alright, so now we can't use any of those 3 moves, like I said. So, my Caesar can't use Fake Out, but in this case, that's perfectly fine. Because with the Focus Sash broken, I can now KO the Rapidash with Poison Jab. And with my Cloyster back in, Meowstic sees a slow KO with Psychic on Sneasler, but it sees, again, fast KOs into my Cloyster with either Thunderbolt or Psychic. So I am going to swap my Cloyster back into my Electrode, which can take either move. Even a Psychic crit. Ideally it goes for Thunderbolt, but again, either move is perfectly fine here. So Poison Jab takes out Rapidash. And Meowstic should attack my Electrode. Perfect. And there's Thunderbolt, that was the more ideal of the 2 moves. Alright, and now we're in position. The Meowstic here is also holding a Focus Sash. But my Sneasler and Electrode both outspeed it, so we can just take it out with 2 moves. Again, the Imprison is still up, so I can't use Thunderbolt, which is perfectly fine. I can just use Energy Ball instead. So we'll use a combination of Knockoff plus Energy Ball to take this out. So Meowstic goes down. This should always bring in Milotic. Togi levels up. Milotic comes in. And again, we can just double up on it with a Close Combat plus Energy Ball combo. And this just leaves a Ugly, which has Fake Out, but Sneasler has Inner Focus, so he can't Fake Out me. So I can just KO with a Close Combat as I swap Electrode for Togi on an incoming Fake Out. There we go. Fight number 4 done. And a crit to end, too. Pretty nice. Alright. Very clean. Yeah, pretty satisfied with that line. That was a pretty nice line I cooked up there. Alright, but I'm gonna go ahead and end there for now. I was gonna go to the gym. So let me go in and save. Yeah, so 2 more gym fights left until Tate and Liza. Appreciate everyone who tuned in to watch. Hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and I'll see everyone in my next stream.